Rabbi Jonathan Sacks wrote that greatness is not to be above people, but to be with them, hearing their silent cry, sharing their distress, bringing comfort to the distressed and dignity to the deprived. The message of the Hebrew Bible is that civilizations survive not by strength, but by how they respond to the weak, not by wealth, but by how they care for the poor, not by power, but by their concern for the powerless. What renders a culture invulnerable is the compassion it shows to the vulnerable. The Kutzker Rebbe notes that after the spiritual high of receiving the Ten Commandments, Moshe told the people to return to their homes. An essential part of our having a relationship with Hashem is to bring the inspiration into our homes, into our daily interaction. Who will live in Hashem's house is the question asked in chapter 15 of Tehillim, the book of Psalms, and it answers like this. A person who goes with simplicity, does what is right, and speaks the truth from his heart, who has not spread gossip with his tongue, harmed his friend, or shamed his neighbor. He views the corrupt with horror, but honors those who fear God. He keeps his promise, whatever the cost. He never lends money on interest or accepts a bribe, even to help the innocent. A person who acts this way will not stay down if he stumbles. Mishpatim are the laws between man and man, civil law. These are equally as important as the laws between man and God because they too were commanded by Hashem. David in chapter 72 of Tehillim gives over a living will to his son Shlomo. It's mishpat and tzedek, justice and righteousness. For Shlomo, God grant the king the wisdom of your laws. Help him as the son of a king to judge fairly. May he judge your people with righteousness and your poor with justice. David tells us what Jewish leadership is really about. Leadership is not how much I have accomplished, but how much I have enabled others to accomplish, to empower and inspire others. A landlord brought his tenant before David, and he said, "He hasn't paid me." So David ruled that of course he had to pay the rent, but the man didn't have the money to pay. So as he was walking out of the courtroom, David handed him an envelope with the money to pay. That is tzedek and mishpat. Abraham was told that his children would be strangers in a strange land. Why did we have to go in there? Egypt is called the Kur HaBarzel, the iron smelting pot. You put gold into a pot, and under intense heat, all the impurities come out. But did we really come out as pure gold? We went in as Yaakov's children, united and committed. And we came out as almost idol worshippers. Nechama Leibovich said, it was not a pot made out of iron, but it was for iron. When we soften iron, we can fashion something out of the iron. We can make precision instruments, like a doctor's scalpel. By virtue of the fact that we went through hundreds of years of persecution, exploitation, injustice, dehumanization, and prejudice, we deeply integrated the value of operating with justice. The entire drama of the exodus from Egypt and the plagues was to firmly establish the non-negotiable truth that Hashem hates injustice. And to this day, we are Hashem's scalpel. We stand against all those ideologies and societies that make a mockery out of justice.